Hello, fellow gardeners. Ever looked at autumn leaves and seen treasure, not trouble? Those leaves are nature's free gift, if only they'd break down faster. What if you could turn that pile into rich compost in days, not months? Today, I'll reveal a simple, powerful method to speed up composting. No fancy equipment, just smart gardening. Let's dive in and transform your autumn leaves into black gold for your garden. Why do leaves take so long to compost? It's all about balance. When autumn arrives, trees shed their leaves in a spectacular display of color, carpeting the ground in gold, red, and brown. But once those leaves fall, their journey is far from over. Many gardeners are surprised to find that, even after months, piles of leaves seem barely changed. The secret lies in the science of decomposition. Leaves are packed with carbon but lack nitrogen. The protein microbes need to multiply. This imbalance means that the tiny organisms responsible for breaking down organic matter can't work efficiently. Carbon provides energy, but without enough nitrogen, the process slows to a crawl. Without enough nitrogen, decomposition crawls. Microbes become sluggish, and the leaves remain stubbornly intact for months, sometimes even years. This is why a pile of autumn leaves can seem almost frozen in time. Plus, dry leaves mat together, blocking air and water. Two things microbes need. When leaves are packed tightly, they form a barrier that keeps out moisture and oxygen, both essential for healthy decomposition. The result? A dense, compacted mass that resists breaking down. Traditional composting asks for layers of greens and browns, but autumn leaves overwhelm the balance. Most home composters end up with far more leaves than kitchen scraps or grass clippings, tipping the scales toward carbon and making it even harder for microbes to do their job. Most gardeners end up with a stubborn pile that barely changes. It can be frustrating to see your compost heap sitting there, seemingly untouched by time, while you wait for rich crumbly compost to appear. The real problem? Not enough nitrogen and poor airflow. Without these, the composting process stalls and your pile of leaves becomes a long-term fixture in the garden instead of nourishing soil. But now, let's fix that with a simple solution. By understanding what your compost pile is missing, you can speed up the process and turn those stubborn autumn leaves into valuable, nutrient-rich compost for your garden. Here's the secret. A compost activator or effective microorganism (EM) solution. It's a liquid packed with beneficial microbes and nitrogen, exactly what your leaf pile needs. Add it, and you're jump-starting decomposition with an army of hungry helpers. Buy a bottle at the garden center or make your own by mixing chicken manure pellets or molasses in water. Either way, you're correcting the carbon-nitrogen imbalance and supercharging your compost. This isn't cheating, it's smart, fast gardening. Let's see how to use it. Ready to get started? Let's dive into the simple process of turning your garden waste into rich, dark compost in just days. First, gather your dry leaves. These are the main ingredient for your quick compost. You'll also need a compost activator, which can be a store-bought product or a homemade mix of nitrogen-rich materials like coffee grounds or grass clippings. Next, collect a sturdy compost bin or some heavy-duty trash bags. Make sure you have a watering can handy, as moisture is key to speeding up decomposition. Gather all your tools before you begin so the process is smooth and efficient. Shred the leaves as finely as possible. This step is crucial. You can use a lawnmower, a string trimmer, or simply tear them by hand if you don't have equipment. The smaller the pieces, the faster they'll break down, because there's more surface area for microbes to work on. Once your leaves are shredded, prepare your compost activator. If you're using a commercial product, follow the instructions to dilute it properly. For homemade mixes, dissolve your chosen activator, like manure tea or a blend of kitchen scraps, in water to create a nutrient-rich solution. Stir the mixture well to ensure everything is fully dissolved. This liquid will help jumpstart the composting process by providing essential nutrients and beneficial microbes. Begin layering your shredded leaves inside the compost bin or bag. Spread a thin, even layer at the bottom, making sure not to pack it down too tightly. Airflow is important for healthy compost. After each layer, use your watering can to soak the leaves with the activator solution. You want the leaves to be damp, but not soggy. Aim for the moisture level of a wrung-out sponge. This balance helps microbes thrive and prevents unpleasant odors. Continue alternating layers of shredded leaves and activator, soaking each layer as you go. Repeat this process until your bin or bag is full, building up several layers to maximize composting efficiency. Once filled, cover the bin with a tight-fitting lid or securely tie the bags. This traps heat and moisture inside, creating the perfect environment for rapid decomposition. Place your compost bin in a sunny spot in your garden if possible. The warmth will help speed up the process. Let it sit for a couple of days. During this time, billions of microbes will get to work, breaking down the leaves and transforming them into compost. Every few days, open the bin or untie the bag to check on your compost. This is your chance to monitor progress and make adjustments if needed. Use a garden fork or your hands to stir the pile, adding oxygen to fuel the microbes. Check the moisture level. If it feels dry, add a bit more water. If it's too wet, leave the lid off for a few hours to let it dry out. In about a week, you'll notice a dramatic transformation. Your pile of dry leaves will have turned into dark, crumbly compost, perfect for enriching your garden soil and giving your plants a healthy boost. After just a week, you'll notice your pile of leaves has transformed into a dark, crumbly, and earthy material. This is your perfect leaf mold, often called black gold by gardeners. It's a sign that nature's recycling process is working just as it should, turning what was once garden waste into a valuable resource for your plants. You can use this rich leaf mold as a mulch to protect your soil, conserve moisture, and suppress weeds. Or, mix it directly into your garden beds and borders to boost soil structure and fertility, giving your plants a healthy foundation to thrive. It's especially great for vegetable beds, flower borders, and even around trees and shrubs. If your compost still has some rough or chunky bits, don't worry. Just let it mature for a few more weeks or months. Over time, the remaining pieces will break down further, becoming even finer and richer. Patience pays off, and your finished compost will only get better with age. This method is not only quick and easy but also incredibly rewarding. There's something deeply satisfying about turning fallen leaves into a resource that nourishes your garden. Plus, it's a sustainable way to recycle natural materials right at home. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of leaves or composting methods. Share your results, tips, and even your finished compost with friends, neighbors, or your local gardening community. You might inspire others to start composting too. Once you see how easily autumn leaves can be transformed, you'll never look at them as waste again. Instead, you'll see them as a valuable resource, ready to be turned into something wonderful for your garden. The more gardeners who compost, the healthier our gardens and our planet will be. So gather your leaves, start your pile, and enjoy the magic of composting. We'd love to see your composting journey. Share your results or tips in the comments below, and inspire others with your success. And if you want more gardening secrets and tips, don't forget to subscribe and join our growing